Sunday, but we are already partying right now. We're having some food, we're hanging out.
I feel like I'm at home.
But you clearly...
The truth is in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, yeah, you see
Hey, y'all got a hurricane for me?
Oh, we have the playmaker, Michael Irvin, in the building. And, of course, the legend, Super Bowl winner, Keyshawn Johnson, with us here today for Speak. Very excited. A wonderful crowd. Thank you all for joining us here today. We're excited to be here at the Crazy Corner. And it's vibes right now. It's vibes right now at the desk. Paul is...
My bad, I'm hungry as hell.
Yes. I swear, we feed the talent at Fox. I don't know what's happening
They take
here,
good
but
care of me.
Paul said I need to finish these up.
All right, I'm good to go. We got a show.
Right.
We got a show?
We got a show to do. We got a show to do. The Super Bowl is fast approaching. This is what we do. Listen, we're the happy hour show, right? Like, you could start early in New Orleans, but we're really ready to start right now. So come and relax with us. Although I did tell you guys I was bringing, a little extra look for New Orleans. So
you got that heat on.
yeah, we needed to get you some sparkles or feathers. Maybe tomorrow. But let's talk about the reason we're here in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs are going for the three-peat, but Patrick Mahomes is not taking the Eagles lightly. So, Key, what is the bigger key to winning the Super Bowl? The Chiefs' offense or the Eagles' defense?
It'll be the Eagles' defense. I think when you look at Vic Fangio and the different things that he can throw at you and get at Patrick Mahomes, the way you beat Patrick Mahomes is you have to throw different things at him. You can't just sit back there and play your normal base defense, because if you do that, they will eventually find you. Okay, they will find the duck and they will shoot him down. That's just the bottom line when you're talking about Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Kelsey, and company. So when I look at defending them, I want to bring a lot of pressure coming out of the secondary. I want to make sure that those extra guys, because when you do that, on the outside, you're going to get matched up man-to-man one-on-ones. I don't necessarily know that the receiving core in Kansas City is so dangerous that that's something that you don't want to do. That plays right into the hands of Vic Fangio and that defense. Say, hey, we take Kelsey out of the game. Now show us that you can beat us with somebody else.
Yeah, but how do they take Kelsey out the game? I was watching last time they played, and they doubled Kelsey a lot, right? But they still gave him a free release. And I was thinking about it. So funny, I saw Bobby Taylor last night when we were all out. I saw Bobby Taylor, and I was thinking, wow.
No, ain't no we. Y'all. Don't say we.
I was asleep.
I was asleep. I got here late.
Stop that. Yo, stop that.
My bonnet.
Okay, in our late meeting last night. In the late meeting we had last night.
I got here late.
Hey, yeah, Joy was. Joy. But we had a fellow powwow. We tried to get together and figure some things out. About the show, of course, about the show. It was work. And we won our extra overtime pay. It was work. It was work last night. But listen, you got to jam Travis Kelce. You can't give him that free release because he gets to change up the routes so much within the scheme of what they're doing. So you can't give him that free release. And I mentioned Bobby Taylor because what we were talking about, he used to say, I'm just going to have to jam Michael on the line. I got help over the top. And that's what the Eagles have to do. And I do believe it's the Eagles' defense, too. Late in the game, it's not about what you're doing on the back end. It's all about what you do on the front end. You got to get to Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to confuse him. You're not going to fool him. You got to go whoop his ass. You understand what I'm saying? Get him on the ground right now, period.
Listen, that all sound good. The Chiefs have seen every imaginable defense in their Super Bowl runs. It's not a defense they haven't seen. Think about it. They've thrown the kitchen sink at Mahomes, and what he's done, he's defeated them every single time.
Every time.
So this is all about the Chiefs' offense. They went over 30 points for the first time versus the Bills. I don't know who do you lock in on for the Chiefs. Do you say, oh, we got to cover Worthy? Oh, Kelsey, Pacheco? Like, who is it that you lock in on? It's so unpredictable, the Chiefs, and that's why week in and week out, I don't know what Chiefs offense is going to show up.
It is very unpredictable.
It's unpredictable.
No question about it.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, how you defend that?
Well, it sounds simple, even though we know it's not simple. But you take Kelsey out, however you do it, double him, in and out him,
this
over the
offense
top,
ain't been focused around Kelsey this year.
Bang him on the line of
offense ain't
scrimmage.
been focused around Kelsey.
But what you then do is hope and pray, if you Kansas City, that Worthy grows up right before your eyes. But if I'm Vic Fangio and I'm that defense and I know that I got a young puppy out there that's not experienced this before, has been in this situation, I'm going to get in his face, too. He's a lightweight. So you reroute him. You put your hands on him. And before you know it, all you really want Patrick Mahomes to do is hold the ball. Just all I need. If he does this,
that's not what you want him to do.
If he does this, Jalen Carter going to be hitting you right in the chin.
How dangerous when Patrick Mahomes is scrambling and getting out the pocket and making up plays, that's when he's at his most dangerous.
I'll say it
that's
again.
why, but probably you got to try to contain him. They have to maintain rush lane integrity. That means I'm sending the ends up the field. Especially with big Jalen Carter, we can get some push up the middle of the field, but we got to hold him in this area, in the box. You can't let him get outside.
And once he's holding the ball, Joy, what do those guys look like that's going to be chasing him?
They're going to be big with full beards, and they're not going to be lined up. They drive minivans.
They got car seats in the back.
They got
a mortgage.
They have mortgages to pay.
Yeah, all that. Exactly. They're different and hungry.
The grown ones.
Hungry. Yeah, full beards, though, with no lines.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of twisties in their head. Maybe smoking Black and Mild. You just never know.
The only thing, Keto, that you mentioned, I got to bring back, is it's the young guys on the outside, you know, the receivers. But Andy Reid does such a great job with using, and using the double team of Travis Kelce to run a lot of rub routes. So Travis Kelce coming to run a rub route for Xavier Worthy. He's bringing two guys, so his guy that's sticking to Xavier Worthy has to get through three guys to get to him. He's brilliant at it. Watch it. He'll do a lot. He'll do a lot of it Sunday.
I think it's the Eagles' defense as well, because I think if they can somehow manage to create a turnover, which the Chiefs do not do.
They haven't done it in quite some time.
They haven't done it. But if this defense can do that and recover it, of course, that will be a game changer to me. Now, the Eagles have forced turnovers in each of their playoff games in this run. They had 4 takeaways against the Packers, 2 takeaways against the Rams, and then 4 takeaways in the NFC Championship game against the Commanders. Now, obviously, again, the Chiefs are not a team that turns the ball over, but if that sort of thing can happen and disrupt the flow of the game for the Chiefs and get the Eagles an extra possession, I think that will play a huge role in this game.
And that was the difference.
Yes.
That was the difference last time they did this rodeo dance.
They better not make this a one-possession game. The Eagles.
No. They have to beat the Chiefs convincingly.
They better not do that. Because we know what Michael Jordan gonna do.
There you go, put it in.
Michael McJordan Holmes.
Right. You put it in the bag.
Patrick McJordan.
Patrick McJordan.
Well, we can't forget about the Eagles' offense. Saquon Barkley has been the story, but Jalen Hurts is the one playing in his second Super Bowl. After a winning performance in the NFC Championship game, Hurts said he was let out of his straitjacket.
I can't get my arms like that.
Well,
man, I need to get my arms like that, though.
I don't know if the chicken wing diet is...
I know, right?
helping with that, but...
I need some carrots.
No, in all fairness, Paul was very... He prepared to eat some beignets and chicken wings this week. He's on a juice diet and everything. But, Michael, do the Eagles need to let Hurts out of the straitjacket in the Super Bowl?
The answer is absolutely not. Now, yeah, he'll make some crucial plays in this game, but the comment "let him out the straitjacket" implies that we're going to throw the ball all over the football field and try to play quarterback against quarterback, and that's not a winning formula for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, he will have to make some plays, but the key component is that fella in the backfield. You got to hand that ball off to Saquon. You got to let him run. And when they start packing and stacking that line of scrimmage, then the big fella can eat. You don't let him out the straitjacket. You just loosen a couple notches. and let them throw just a few times, and then lock them back up and hand the ball back off. That's the way that they win this game.
Key?
You know how I feel.
I do know how you feel, but the people don't know how you feel. You got to let everyone know.
They do need to unleash him and allow him to do the things that he does extremely well, which everyone seems to think it's not throwing the football.
Mm-hmm.
My numbers would suggest different. You look at the NFC Championship game, he's 20 of 28, 246, 16 on the ground. That doesn't sound like he was throwing. Running, it sounds like he was throwing, accounting for 4 touchdowns and 0 turnovers.
Who they playing against? Who was they playing against?
Washington. So what does that mean?
They was playing against some babies.
That doesn't mean anything. Okay, well, I'll give you a full-grown man.
All right.
2 years ago in the Super Bowl.
2 years ago.
2 years ago in the Super Bowl. Against the same team, the same defensive coordinator, same scheme, same everything. 27 to 38, 303, 70 on the ground, 4 TDs. He had the one costly lost fumble. That was a hurter.
Right.
It hurt. But you can't sit here and tell me that this young man has to be bottled up to the degree that you're so afraid to allow him to throw the football. It makes zero sense.
He just got to be him. This team is about Saquon Barkley.
Yes, that's true.
I don't need Jalen Hurts to get to the Super Bowl and feel like I got to be the guy.
No, you don't have to be the guy.
No. This is Jalen Hurts'
What's
team.
wrong? What's wrong?
This is the mindset. Right. So, I went to 2 NBA Finals, right? The second NBA Finals, dudes acting like they need to change their role. Nah, let's get the recipe. Let's get the recipe that we was working with.
That ain't really what happened. I'm gonna let him say that, but that ain't really what happened. He just ran into the purple and gold. That's all that happened. There was a lot of Kobe.
What I'm trying to say is when you get to the Super Bowl, don't change what you've been doing. You got here doing what you're doing. Don't come out here and say, oh, I gotta go be Batman when you've been robbing all year.
But you're not gonna take 20 or 28? For 304 touchdowns?
I'll take it. Listen,
that's not throwing the ball everywhere. That's efficient.
I don't want your mindset. Your mindset can't be that. Your mindset has got to be, look, Jalen Hurts, you got to give the game what you feel like the game needs. It shouldn't be predetermined. Like, if they need you to pass and y'all down, if I need to milk the ball to Saquon, do that. It ain't I go into the game and I got to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's you people. You, and you.
Who's you people?
Who's you people?
Right.
Y'all. That's y'all running around talking about he can't throw the football.
Nobody said he can't throw. We're saying that's not the way the best way for them to win. When you said, and he had 4 touchdowns, it sounded like, wow, he threw the ball. But 3 of those was rushing.
But who cares?
We are talking about him throwing the ball.
Yeah, the straight jacket comment is about him throwing the ball. That's been the story.
He was 20 and 28 in the NFC Championship game.
And I'm with that, and that's how they have to play. Now, here's the difference.
But you make it sound like there's something wrong with that.
But 20 or 28 is a lot of, we're gonna dump this ball off, and I need you to go make a play with it. As opposed to me throwing the ball up the field.
Well, he did hit A.J. Brown on the left sideline up the field.
He
did come and hit him on the quick out on the right side from the left hash.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about?
And he'll get some of those because they'll stack the line of scrimmage. But he should not try to make that his home. He just visit those areas every now and then. He can't sleep there.
Michael, I don't want to miss you over here.
Amen.
Amen.
You can't sleep there. You good.
Yeah.
This one's good.
You good.
Was it you that said when in the playoffs you need to play the down?
You play the down.
Play the down. You don't play the game, you play the down.
Well, and what she's talking about is when we play regular season, we play series. You guys hear about 15 plays, the first 15. That is to determine what defense you're going to play against what set I have on offense. And you play the series. In the playoffs, what makes Patrick Mahomes so dangerous is he only plays the down. That down. 3rd and 6, for example. He gets a slant route. He sees the slant route and he could possibly hit it. But if he can run and get this first down and not risk that throw, he'll go and run and get that first down and come back and throw that ball later on. That's playing the down. You get another quarterback, Josh Allen, since they're going home with a Stephon Diggs, a guy like Keyshawn out here, and that 3rd and 3 comes up. Now you have to throw that ball because Keyshawn told you to give him the damn ball. and now you can't play the down because you got to play key. Bam. He'll make the play, but the off chance that he doesn't make it, now you get rid of, you get him up the ball. Patrick Mahomes has been great. You got to play the down, and they have to play the down. And they can't, Paul, get behind early and abandon the run. I don't care if you're down by 10 or 14. You can't abandon the run and do what Key's saying, start throwing the ball all over the field.
I never once said throw the ball all over the field.
You were saying that.
No, I did not.
You inferred. You implied or inferred.
I didn't either. I just said 20 of 28 is pretty good football. I would take that all day long.
I would take a win, however it gets there. I think they need to play the game, play the down, and see what the defense gives you and how the flow of the game goes. The idea that he has to play a certain way in order to win the game. The game hasn't been played yet. We don't know what we need from Jalen. If it's to give it to Saquon and let Saquon go be the Super Bowl MVP, no one's crying about that at the end of the day. We can have the conversations about where we rank Jalen Hurts after that at another time. Who cares? He'll be a Super Bowl champion, and that's all that matters. But they need to play how they win the game. This is the ultimate zero-sum game at this point. We're at the Super Bowl. So Patrick Mahomes is the best at doing that.
Right.
It's not about what's going to happen in the fourth quarter. It's about the down that you're playing at this particular moment. And that keeps you from making mistakes as well.
Right. And no other quarterback now. I mean, Jalen Hurts is great, but ain't nobody beating him. Ain't nobody beat him. And if you want to take Jalen Hurts' first chance and take those 600-pound squatting legs out and just tell him to use his arm.
But you know you just lied.
What's that?
You said nobody's beating him.
But nobody's really beating him. You got
really?
What
you mean, really? Tom Brady done beat him twice, and Joe Burrow done beat him.
I'll give Joe Burrow. Tom Brady was only, it still is, only the greatest to ever do it. Now you're putting Jalen Hurts with the greatest. Take off the straitjacket and let him throw. But I'm telling you, I don't have him right there with the greatest that ever did.
You gotta build up to
I don't
that.
either. Right.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.